I bet you never heard nothing like this before. But guess what?
You gonna learn today. You gonna learn today. All right.
It's the Tim the Bartender Show. Cheers.
Okay. All right. I'm back. You're back. We're back. It's the Barstool Podcast, episode number 12. Man, I can't believe I've been doing this 12 weeks. 12 weeks. Can you believe that? 12 weeks, that's 3 months, man. 3 months. Man, give yourselves a round of applause, man, if you've been here since day one. Show one. Holla. You know, if you've been here, if you knew, it's all good. Give yourself a round of applause for finding out about a good thing. Best kept secret on iTunes, on Stitcher Radio, on YouTube. Barstool Podcast with your host, Tim the Bartender, aka Tim Black. Right? Oh man, so look, we're gonna change the format up a little bit because, yeah, you know, I always try to improve. So first thing we're gonna do, man, is I'm gonna tell you a little bit about what's gonna be on the show this week. All right. Okay, so this week we're gonna talk about Ferguson. That's right. The whole Darren Wilson thing, we got some news about that, so we gotta update you to that. We're gonna talk about the Cosby, because his legacy's on fire right now. Where would we be if we didn't talk about the Cosby thing, right? We have to talk about the things that have been going on. We're gonna talk about my man Adrian Peterson, right. Findings with him, with Adrian Peterson, AP. All right. And and we got a relationship tip about interracial dating. Interracial dating, folks. That's right. So look, man, what can I say? I was upstairs getting my coffee ready, and I saw on the TV the show The View. Not The View, what was this? No, The Real. And that's like, I glanced for like 2 seconds. I was like, these some ratchet motherfuckers up in here. Good God, they ratchet. Who's home during the day? I mean, I know I'm doing my thing. I'm a small businessman, but what ratchet ass women are sitting home watching The Real? The Real Ratchet is what they should change the name to. Bunch of sisters sitting on the system watching The Real. Girl, I think this. No, girl, I think that. Girl, I think this shit over here. And what? No, I know. Poof, poof. Talk to the hand. Poof, poof, poof. What is this shit? Horrible examples. But what I really wanted to talk about before we really got cracking is this show they got on, what is it, ABC or is it Fox? Man, I don't fucking know, man. How to Get Away with Murder. Viola Davis. First of all, Viola Davis, great actress. Give it up for Viola and her acting skills. Oh, you know Viola's country as hell. Oh yeah, she country than a motherfucker. I mean, a woman named Viola, she gotta come from the deep, dirty South. The dirty South. It's like, there's a dirty South and then there's some South that's underneath that. Oh man, if you couldn't deal with the dirty South, you don't want to see that dirty South. Oh man, that double D, woo, you need a tetanus shot if you touch it. A tetanus shot. That's right. You might lose an arm. You might catch gangrene messing with that dirty South. And she got this walk on the show, man.
Heavens to Murgatroyd.
Look, walk, man. That walk is special. It's like I'm one of the special peoples. I special. She got that I'm a duck. I just got stuck duck walk. You feel me? That walk is goofy than a motherfucker. Give it up for the 5150 shout out right there. She got that stuck duck walk looking goofy than a summer bitch. You know, but Besides the goofy walk and all that good shit, is it just me or they got a lot of gay scenes going on in the How to Get Away with Murder show? There's a lot of fudge packing going on How to Get Away with Murder. Now, don't get me wrong. I understand there's probably some gay folks who watch it. I'm pretty sure like half their viewership is gay, so I guess they play into the audience. But god damn, they got a... I mean, every time I turn around, I can't even watch it no more. There's too much gay shit on there for me. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't think there was that many gay people that watched Baywatch. Unless it was lesbians. How many gay men watch Baywatch? I mean, I'm pretty sure they felt the same way. So don't tell me I'm homophobic. I told you motherfuckers before, I can't be homophobic if gay people can't be heterophobic. Why come gay people can't be heterophobic? If gay people can't be heterophobic, I cannot be homophobic. I'm just telling you like I see it. This guy's tongue kissing a man on national TV. And we thought that Michael Sam shit, y'all lost your mind. See, Michael Sam didn't even get to play. He didn't even get to play. God damn. But y'all can feel free to watch it. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and do as you do. I mean, but still, I'm serious though, man. I think a lot of gay people, they don't like seeing guys, heterosexuals making out all the fucking time on shows. They're like, look at this shit. They probably get up, go get popcorn too. So that's the thing. You think you protecting gay folks, but gay folks be understanding what I'm saying. I'm sure they feel the same way. Goddamn, bitch. Will you just hurry up? Shit. Kiss them and get the shit over with. Oh, God. Oh. Orange is the New Black? God damn. They said, we going to get this money out of these gay people. They going to watch this shit. Talked enough shit. I wasted enough time. I got to get y'all to the show. Once again, this is the Bars2 Podcast, available on iTunes, available on Stitcher Radio, available on YouTube. And if you're watching this anywhere else but YouTube, please come to YouTube at IamTimBlack.com. That's redirected to my YouTube page. Or you can go Tim's Take Live on YouTube, and you'll be able to see the video along with the audio because you only get that on YouTube, okay? You're only going to get the video with the audio on YouTube. So if you're watching this, if you listen to this podcast, first of all, rate the podcast very highly on iTunes and on Stitcher. Give me 5 stars and write a good review for me. You know what I'm saying? Do that shit for me because I need that. That's like currency. That's like money in the bank. So more people know about the podcast. And then make sure you follow up by coming to see it on YouTube so that you can see the video because, hey, man, come on. You got to have a face to go with all this shit I be talking. And the realness. Oh, the realness is coming. Just right now, it's been fun. But that's just the easy slide you into the hardcore shit, all right? Stay tuned, everybody. I'm Tim Black. We casual today. Casual Black. Welcome back to the Bars2 Podcast. I'm your host, Tim Black, a.k.a. Tim the Bartender. Man. All right, this segment is about Ferguson. And there's a couple things about the Ferguson case I got to update you on that we need to talk about. All right, number one, Jay Nixon is a son of a bitch. I didn't flinch. I didn't blink. How many of you know that Jay Nixon, the governor of Missouri, is a Democrat? How many people knew that? How many of you knew it? See, you act as if it's only Republicans who can act shifty, who can make decisions that don't benefit minorities and the poor people. Look at this guy. This is Governor Nixon, Democrat. I don't like the way he points his fucking finger at us, at you. Stop talking to me about the way I react to your actions. Let's talk about your actions which caused a reaction. Gun sales have skyrocketed in Missouri. Oh yeah, they running out buying them guns up. They're stocking up, getting ready for a race war. Is that what Bill O'Reilly called it? He said race war, race tensions. When I look at the protesters in Missouri, I don't just see black people. I see white people, I see Asians, I see Latinos, I see Native Americans. I see the rainbow of people out there demonstrating. Anonymous brought down the KKK.com website, took over that motherfucker. Took it over. Laid hands on the website like they said they was going to lay hands on protesters. Thank you. Footage was released last week of Darren Wilson a couple hours after the shooting, or I should say the murder of Mike Brown, showing him he was about to go to the hospital to get checked out. He had no signs of injury. No crushed eye socket, no ruptured spleen, no contusions, no breaks. I support the family of Mike Brown. Not because they are black, but because I support justice. I support Andy Lopez, his family. I support Kelly Thomas, his family as well. You don't know those other two people that I just brought up? Maybe you need to do some homework. Or better yet, come to Tim's Take Live on YouTube or IamTimBlack.com and look for my video. Just type in Kelly Thomas. You'll see about the homeless man who was beaten to death slowly by the police. And Andy Lopez out of California, who was shot having a toy gun because he looked like a gang member when he was only 12 years old. All right, folks, let's take a break. Let's get off this. This is just... Bill Cosby has balls. You don't believe me? Watch this clip. This is Bill Cosby at the Atlantis Resort in the Bahamas yesterday, doing his act and talking about the allegations like, fuck y'all. Hello?
Some of them started chewing the paper. Some of them became asthmatic. And parents would come in and taking their children home. And said to me, Bill Cosby, you are an evil man. We will never eat your Jell-O pudding again. Wasn't my fault.
You know, hey, look, man, I don't know what to believe. You know what to believe? Do you know what to believe? I hate to convict a man of anything without having some type of evidence. I don't know what kind of evidence you show in a rape situation. But I know what you don't do is you don't wait 45, 25, 30 years. And people are saying, well, Bill was so powerful. Bill wasn't that powerful back in the 70s. Bill wasn't powerful in the 70s. Bill was on a failing show. You know how many people who have been on a show that got canceled, who ended up going to jail? A lot. So stop acting like these women were so afraid of Bill Cosby in the 70s that they wouldn't speak up. Cosby show didn't get popping until what, 86, 84? What was it? Okay. So even then, this is my thing, and I know you're going to say it's wrong. A lot of people are going to disagree, but I got to play devil's advocate on it because we already know all of the liberal media, MSNBC, CNN, except for Don Lemon. Don Lemon tried to carry a little bit of water for Bill, didn't he? He tried to support Bill. He got blasted, didn't he? And I tweeted, I said, because Don Lemon, he had a guest up there who said that she was the one who said she had been raped by Bill twice. And the second time, she said, well, this was back in 1969.
You know, there are ways not to perform oral sex if you don't want to do it.
I was kind of stoned at the time, and quite honestly, that didn't even enter my mind.
Yeah.
Now I wish it would have.
Right.
But
meaning the using of the teeth, right?
Yes, that's what I'm thinking. I didn't even think of it.
Biting. So.
Ouch.
Yes. I had to ask.
I didn't. It didn't cross my mind.
I never. And everybody in the fucking mainstream media jumps out like Don Lemon said something that was like totally wrong to say. How is that wrong for a gay man to say? And I tweeted it. I said it. I said, Don Lemon, it's possible as a gay man, Don Lemon's been in a situation similar to that and had to use certain strategies, tactics, bite somebody's shit. And 4 hours later, I don't know if it was that long because I wasn't on the CNN website, but later that day.
Back, everyone. I need to say something before we get to our next story. A word about my interview last night with Cosby accuser Joan Tarshis. As I'm a victim myself, I would never want to suggest that any victim could have prevented a rape.
Don Lemon's on CNN and he's saying, as a victim of sexual abuse myself, I called it. I told you. So look, man, here's my thing. A lot of these women who say that Bill Cosby raped them, which I don't know if it happened or not, and if it did, he needs to burn in hell. But a number of them kept the relationship with Bill after that incident. So, is that rape? Come on, ladies. Tim Black would like to apologize in advance for the question he's about to ask that he knows will piss certain people off, even though it's a question that men would like to know and many people who are viewing this with an objective mind would like to know and only could be answered by someone in a position to answer said question. Thank you. We apologize. Have you been raped by someone who wasn't in your family? I'm not talking about somebody else control, someone, like a family member that you gotta see, or a parent or some shit, and I know that's wrong, and I know it's uncomfortable to bring it up, but women who have been sexually abused, or even men, would you as an adult, I don't care if you're 18, I don't care if you're 40, would you as an adult continue to socialize with this person for decades after the action? Are we positive we're not just talking about a situation where people are just bitter? Now, I'm not saying something didn't go on. I'm not saying nothing sexual happened. I'm not saying that Bill Cosby didn't do something to one or more of these women. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, if a motherfucker stole my bike, we wouldn't be hanging out no more. If a motherfucker scratched my Escalade, dented my rims, motherfucker broke my iPad without replacing it, we wouldn't be hanging out no more. That's all I'm saying. And I'm not equating your feminine virtualities, your feminine stuff to those items that aren't shit, inanimate objects. But what I'm saying is, hell, well, that's my point, isn't it? So that's why I have a problem with it. And I could just jump on like everybody else and talk shit. But come on, I got to look at it from the other side of the thing. Now, if Bill's that powerful, fuck, man. So what you're saying that Bill, I got to wrap my head around what you're saying, because if I'm going to go your way, because we're going to play devil's advocate, I ain't going to lose all my subscribers in one sitting off some shit that I don't know, I'm not sure about. But let's put it your way. If you're right, and Bill Cosby raped 15 women, we are looking at the most diabolical serial rapist in history. I mean, unless he was trying to get back all the slave masters for the shit they did, because that would be the white man would be the most diabolical rapist of all time, or at least in America, ever. But beside that, I had to go there. Why you got to make shit uncomfortable? Why do you have to make me uncomfortable, Tim? Why you have to bring that old shit up? Won't you just get over it? Well, it was applicable, motherfucker. It fit. It's my Russell Peters. But yeah, that's what you're saying. You're saying that Bill Cosby is the most diabolical rapist in American history. And I just don't believe it. Because eventually that motherfucker gets shot by somebody's daddy, somebody's husband. Somebody's husband go, damn, baby, why every time? I be like, damn, baby, why is it every time I go to get you a bottle of wine, you got to be following me and shit? Every time you ask me, you tell me you got a headache, I get you an aspirin, you like, no, give me that motherfucker. Give it here. And you got to get it yourself. And then one day you tell me, and you be like, Bill Cosby, he gave me a pill, and I took it on my own, and it fucked me up, and he fucked me. What? He did what? 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 And then that deranged, unhinged husband will go see Bill. So I'm just saying, I just can't imagine it never, ever coming out. Give me a police report, man. Just one. Got a problem with it. And you motherfuckers, look. You want me to convict Bill Cosby with no evidence, but you won't convict George Zimmerman with all the evidence in the world.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. There's no wonder you get D's and everything.
All right, so let's move on to Adrian Peterson. Come on. Now, Adrian Peterson was recently suspended by the Minnesota Vikings, right? But actually it was the NFL. The Minnesota Vikings suspended him indefinitely. Now the NFL has come in and leveled his ass with a year-long suspension, a season-ending suspension, without pay. Now, you got to keep in mind that Adrian Peterson, he didn't get any jail time. A court of law decided he would not get jail time, and still, Goodell decided he's going to hit him with this shit. Now, look, we must bear in mind all the flack the NFL has been catching lately. Now, don't you think that maybe Adrian Peterson is carrying a little bit of water for the Ray Rice incident? How else can you explain this shit? It's heavy-handed. Even Stephen A. Smith. And Stephen A. Smith is nothing but a parrot. He says whatever he has to say, whatever he needs to say. He's what black folks call a coon. And I like Stephen A., but I know he be cooning though. I like his ability to articulate his thoughts, even if they are thoughts that were given to him on slips of paper, or he's going to get a pink slip of paper. I respect him out of professional courtesy in that manner, but not as a black man. And that's beside the point. My thing is this. Adrian Peterson is getting the shaft. And I ain't talking Richard Roundtree. Oh, man, it's not cool. It's not cool. Now, Adrian Peterson came out and he said, look, I won't ever use a switch again. That's what Peterson told the USA Today Sports in his first extensive public remarks since being indicted for reckless or negligent injury to a child. He goes on to say, there's different situations where a child needs to be disciplined as far as to time out, taking their toys away, making them take a nap. There are so many different ways to discipline your kids. All right. He's saying what you want him to say. He's thinking the way you want him to think, and you still punish him. I have a problem with that. I do. I have a problem with it. Let me tell you to you like this. I have a problem with this whole issue about Adrian Peterson, not because I think that children need to be abused. I do not believe that. But here's the thing. I don't like people who are being disingenuous. People who pretend like they don't understand that there's some people who spank their children, not because they are evil demons, but because that's the child-rearing method that they were raised with. And it's our job, if there are better ways, we need to share those better ways with them. Because I truly believe Adrian Peterson thought he was doing the right thing at the time that he did it. I do believe that. Do I think he was right? No, I don't. But I do not like the pile-on that the mainstream media did and other fuckheads in the NFL did to Adrian Peterson. I do not. Because parents need to learn, and if you have no one to show you, who are you learning from? You learn from your parents. True story. My son is 5 years old. When he was 4 years old, he was in what's called pre-K. I live in Maryland. In Maryland, you can go to pre-K. It's a nice thing. 4 years old, you ain't got to pay the babysitter. Send him to pre-K. But he wasn't ready for pre-K because he hadn't been in a daycare situation to that extent. Not that type of structure that's required in pre-K. It's school. You can't just be running around like you own the joint. Just you can't do that. Well, my son didn't understand that. So when I had to go up to the school the second time, little white lady was like, maybe he needs a little discipline. I'm like, he's already getting a little discipline. The third time I came up there, she was like, he doesn't seem to be afraid of you when you come up here. He's not upset. I was like, hey, lady, are you suggesting that I beat my son? I don't beat my son. He's 4. He don't know what's going on, really. Why would I beat my son? What are you? I'm not. Well, no, that's what you said. I'm not going to beat my son. So what ended up having to happen is I had to take my son out of class and keep him home for the remainder of the year. And it was like, this happened like in April. But I had for 2 months, I had to keep him myself, watch him daily. Because I'm the work away from home. I don't have a structured place I go to every day. So I was able to do that. But believe me, it wasn't that easy. And then there was the summer. So yeah, I've been busy. But that's in Maryland. In Texas, teachers spank kids. So in Maryland, teachers say, hey, spank your kid. In Texas, you can spank kids. You can spank kids in the school. Schools spank kids. Adrian Peterson's father spanked him. But for some reason, a lot of you fuck kids out there weren't getting it. When I said he's not the devil just because he did that. He was wrong. He went overboard. Yes, yes, yes. But for people like Chris, whatever. What's his name? Chris? Oh, okay. Chris Carter with his goofy ass. Phony son of a bitch. Convicting him in the court of public opinion, Adrian Peterson, for doing what he was taught to do, for doing what the schools allow him to do, for doing what the schools allow themselves to do. Shit, Adrian Peterson, when he was playing ball, when he was a kid, the coach could hit him. Corporal punishment was allowed in the school, in the locker room, at home, everywhere. And I don't like that so maybe the rest of the world isn't evolving quickly enough for the likes of all the liberals out there. And it's making me wonder if I want to call myself a liberal, because you don't treat each other, you don't treat everyone liberally. So, which brings me to my other point. I have a 16-year-old as well. I have a 5 and 16-year-old son. My 16-year-old is going through some issues. And it's just like getting his head together, making him, I told my son to check out C.T. Fletcher. I said, check out C.T. Fletcher, because I like his style. I think some of the things I'm telling you about how you can do for yourself, better yourself, motivate yourself, focus yourself, on things you want to accomplish, you check them out. So what I'm saying is some of the parenting methods that we use, back in the day, I don't know if a father might not have access to a C.T. Fletcher who's hundreds of miles away in Compton or wherever he's at. But now I have that ability to tell my son, hey, I don't have to be totally frustrated. You don't have to be frustrated. I'm telling you this thing, and CT is going to basically tell him the same thing, and I knew that. But sometimes kids need to hear it from different angles. So what I'm saying is sometimes parents need help, and now we're in a different age where parents can get help. So I'm glad that I have access to CT, and CT is a friend of mine on Twitter and on this channel. And if you're looking for motivation, if you're trying to get your life right, trying to get your health right, and you want to get big like CT, motherfucker, yeah, you want to get big like CT, then you check out CT. CT Fletcher, I'm going to link you to him. Click. That's there now. That wouldn't have been available 15 years ago, 10 years ago, not to the extent that's available now. So I think that Adrian Peterson should be let back in the NFL. I do. That's how I feel about it, because for all the reasons I just outlined for you, I think that the suspension that he received was enough. I think he realizes how bad it got. And look, let me add this as well. Adrian Peterson has 6 kids. If Adrian Peterson was an abusive father, wouldn't he have abused all 6? Or at least more than one? Am I the only person who can put that together? Am I the only person who formed that logical correlation that you got 6 kids, but you only hit one with a switch and made them bleed? He would have hit more kids, right? I'm sure they interviewed his other mothers of his children and other children. I know they looked at that. They had to. And they didn't find anything. But the NFL wants to be heavy-handed and go over the top. Why? Because they're trying to cover their ass. Roger Goodell is shit. Worst commissioner that I've known about in quite some time. All right. I'm Tim the Bartender, a.k.a. Tim Black. Stay tuned for the relationship tip. This week is interracial dating. Holmes, what should I do? Should you be fishing in that other stream to catch different fish, or should you just order carry out? I don't know, man. I'm crazy sometimes. I don't know. All right, guys, hang in there with me. Be right back with that. Yeah. Give it up for yourself because you made it to the relationship section of the show. This is the last segment in the grand finale. All right, like I tell you every week, don't forget, go pick up my ebook, The Truth Hurts But It Beats a Lie. It's available on Amazon, and you need it because you want your relationship to work out, and you want to meet somebody worthwhile. You're tired of meeting losers, and you can use some inspiration, motivation, direction, information, advice from somebody who don't have a horse in the race, who's not trying to tell you something because he owes somebody a favor, or I just want to see y'all work it out, or I want you to leave him alone because I don't want you to have that guy, or whatever the hell people have in their heads, man. The only thing I have in my head, the only motivation I have, my only motive, objective, is to give you the best information I can possibly give you. That's it. That's my agenda. So that's why you should pick up that book. Amazon, The Truth Hurts, But It Beats a Lie. Click, 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 click. All right. Now, tonight's subject, or this week's topic, is interracial dating. And people want to know. I've been asked this a number of times on my Facebook page, Tim the Bartender Show on Facebook.com. I've been asked, What do I think about interracial dating? Here's my thing, man. If you are lucky enough to find somebody that want to be with your ass and you happy, be happy. Whatever Bobby McFerrin used to be happy. He used to do something like that. Anyway, I wonder if he broken that. Anyway, I don't know how happy he is. I don't know about Bobby McFerrin, but I do know people need to stop worrying about the skin color of the person they're dating, be more worried if they're going to be good for them in the long term. You understand what I'm saying? Is this person compatible? When I have a problem with interracial dating is when people date another race exclusively. That's when it signals to me something might not be right. Like, you black and you only date white girls. I'm like, why only white girls? That just tells me something screwed up. I mean, how can you be something and then be like, I don't date anybody that looks like me or who comes from my background or who has my complexion or my culture or dissension or whatever, or ancestry or whatever. How could you be that way? Just crazy. To me, right? And I look at racial dynamics sort of like you look at religions. Like, look, I mean, it's a strong situation when a Catholic dates a Muslim, for instance. I don't even know if that's possible. I don't know. But I got to assume something like that's happened in the past, right? How they work that out. Those are their fates. I think that's more of a, how does this work? Like Rubik's Cube, you'd be like, God, forget this shit. More so than race, because color and race, look, the things to me that group people are environment and shared experiences. And they don't even have to be shared, just parallel experiences work just like shared experiences. Because just because you a white guy that grew up in the rural part of town, the rural side of the country, but if you had it bad, you could relate to somebody in the hood, at least to a certain degree, a lot more than a rich black person in the hood could, and vice versa. That's how I see it, because our experiences dictate who we are, what we think. Our exposures. That's all I think people are made up of anyway. So anyway, to answer the question, I don't have any problems with interracial dating. I support people being happy. And if that's what you think it takes to be happy, do that. If you live in a location where it's hard to find people, or if you keep stumbling across the wrong people and you're like, I need to snap out of this, be open. Open yourself up to dating people other than people that look like you. Forget what your mama told you, because my mom used to say this. If she can't use your comb, don't bring her home. Mom don't know what she's talking about. There's a different age. My mom grew up in the 50s. All right? Forget that. You know what I'm saying? Forget that. This is 2014, right? I guess she grew up in the 50s. I can't remember. But it's a new age, right? Yes, there's still racism. Yes, there's discrimination. These things exist. Oh, Lord, do they exist. But what you share with somebody else can, in my opinion, can deal with all that shit if it's a good match. That's what I think. In fact, that type of thing that can draw you closer together. It's weird how human beings work. So look, man, that's my show for this week, man. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it makes sense to you. Open yourself up to dating different people. Don't stay stuck in the rut. Don't feel like you have to be closed off. Try something new. You might like it. You might not. I once dated a Chinese woman, and she was very different. She was very different from other people I dated. But that wasn't just that she was Chinese. If I dated a hood rat Chinese girl, she'd have been like a hood rat white girl I dated or a hood rat black girl I dated. But she was not hood rat, and she had different ways about her. You know? It was just different. It was a great experience, and it was very interesting. I didn't end up getting with her like that, but we were together like that for a little, we dated for a while. So I'm just saying, man, experience things, do things. Get out your comfort zone. All right, hit me up on Facebook for more relationship talk / real life talk, because that's what I do on my Facebook, Tim the Bartender Show page. And look, man, call me up on 301-744-8888. 8135. Leave messages for the show until I get to the point where I got somebody working the phone so I can have a phone line running and we can do this differently. Until then, leave me messages. And while I'm small enough, call up and promote your shit. You got a business or something you want to promote? Call up, shout me out, and promote your shit, man. Have no problems doing that. You support me, I support you. Feel me? I know you do. I'm Tim Black, I'm out, man. See you next week.
So say good night to the bad guy. Come on.